musical, Hamilton brings up every few songs his unending desire to eventually hold a hand in ending slavery. But he then...
Which is historically accurate in what he said many times.
And marries into the Schuyler family, historically renowned for their part in the institution of slavery. In fact, according to the book which Hamilton is based on, not only...
So, first of all, this is really weird. He says the family is historically known for being involved in slavery. Does anyone in the chat know if that's true? Because I looked this up, and like they had slaves, but he's making it sound like, oh yes, like the Schuyler family that Hamilton married into, like that's the reason why slavery existed in America.
Right. Like they were running slaves. Like they were slave brokers.
Yeah, like they were like the ones like making it legal in the Constitution to, to own slavery or whatever, or in state laws, I guess, specifically to have slaves.
So crazy.
Did Hamilton almost certainly aid in negotiating for the purchase of slaves on behalf of the Schuyler family and the Continental Army, but it seems that he even purchased a few just for himself and Eliza. Hamilton might have had anti-slavery sentiments during his youth, but it's clear that climbing social ladders and gaining political power came much sooner on his itinerary.
Okay, so again, here's Quentin. He could have done like an ounce of research before he made this video, right? He could have actually displayed the things he was talking about, but no, he just says them. And we, the audience, this stupid woke audience, are just supposed to, accept it as if it's fact and as if it's gospel. Because he's the picture Quentin is painting is, oh, Alexander Hamilton was a young idealist who was against slavery, but as soon as he became an adult and had to climb the political hierarchy, he instantly threw his ideals away and just said, I love me some slaves. Right?
Yeah, totally. That's what he's saying.
Right. Okay. This is so fucking untrue. Okay. So this is so funny. In 1785, okay? So it's after the war. It's already after the war. Okay. Hamilton, with John Jay, found an organization that's goal was the abolition of slavery in New York.
Wow.
Okay. He was a co-founder of an organization designed to eventually try to get slavery abolished in the state of New York.
Do you know if that was the first abolitionist
I have no idea.
Organization?
If it was the first.
Yeah. Or whether or not he just jumped in.
And he also was, let's see, he was also, it doesn't say his role. He was also on like the board or like the secretary treasury, or no, it says he was the founder of something called the African Free School in 1787, which was a school for the children of slaves and free people of color in New York City. Okay. In 1787, Alexander Hamilton found a school specifically for the children of slaves. Okay. So this idea that, yes, obviously he lived in a time period where slavery was accepted by the overwhelming majority of people as what was moral, as what was acceptable.
But not the slaves.
Right. And Alexander Hamilton personally disagreed with this, so much so that he founded an organization about abolishing it, that he created a fucking school designed to educate the children of slaves for free, okay, based on donations. And Quentin's up here like, oh, Alexander Hamilton actually didn't believe in any of his anti-slavery rhetoric because he married into a rich family that had slaves. Well, if we use our brain power for a second, we can think real hard here and say, wait a minute. Do you think there was a rich family in the 1700s that didn't own slaves?
Exactly. Yeah.
So this is what's and so what is Hamilton supposed to do? Like, if he falls in love with some girl, is he supposed to be like, oh, your family, like she's a girl, like at the time, I think when he met her, like they were like, she was like 18 or something, right? She's not like the one making the financial decisions of the household. Her father is. Is he supposed to like fall in love with a girl and be like, well, your family participates in slavery, which the majority of rich people do in this country, therefore I'm not going to marry you, even though I love you, and just like, what is he supposed to do in this situation?
Oh, I found a picture of her.
Is she
Alexander
hot? Is that what you're
Hamilton's
saying?
wife. Well, I was thinking, you might want to, depending upon, how hot she is, whether or not
There you go. That's the real issue. If she's hot enough, she's hot enough.
Oh, I found a picture of a slave wife too. Just kidding. I didn't find that. There's some picture. There's a lot of shit. Like, I'm getting a picture of why he's doing this video, because there's a lot of stuff on the internet about Hamilton, like his complicated relationship with slavery. Was Alexander Hamilton a slave owner?
Well, it's so funny because you have.
Seems like
it's
a
so
lot
funny.
of people are trying to prove that he was.
Here's the hypocrisy of Quentin. Okay, he has the perfect hypocrisy right here. He just criticized the movie The Help because it has a protagonist who embodies, the values of modern times. Right.
Yeah.
So he doesn't like that. Okay. So, but at the same token, he's criticizing Hamilton because Hamilton didn't have the exact values of modern times, but had a very complicated value system where he personally was against slavery, but was able to marry into a family that had slaves because that's the way the world was in modern times.
Yeah. It's just
so he wants to have it both ways.
Yeah, they all do.
To the extent that he really didn't fight against slavery when it came to those owned by him and his own family. But of course,
citation needed.
Yeah, exactly. Didn't you just find a citation saying he did?
Yeah.
He did!
Facts like that happen to take away the punch from some of the cute little moments in the story, like...
See, but this is what pissed me off about all these fucking shitty BreadTube videos. It's so rarely they ever, like, show whatever their facts are. They just say it. I can just say something in a convincing way, and if it's woke enough, everyone will just agree. It's like, that's the way it was.
People are agreeing because they want to. That's what they want to believe. That's the whole thing of the internet.
That's terrible.
Aw, look at the cute little slavery heiresses. It feels
Oh my god.
Wait, what did he flashed something really quick. See if I can stop it.
Oh, really? Oh yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, it's pretty quick.
It's like literally a frame. Like, Jesus Christ.
Aw, look at the cute little slavery heiresses.
Reminder.
Okay. Reminder, that joke is okay because all these characters are white.
Oh, okay. He's saying, I'm not making fun of black people, I swear. I know they're literally black. They're literally black.
But in real life, in literal history, they're white.
So complicated. And Hamilton's made it even more complicated. He's like, wait, the slave owners are black?
Well, it's also funny because it's like, does Quentin think that if he existed in the 1700s that he would be like the guy against slavery?
Of course he does. Of course. Don't think he doesn't.
I mean, it's so funny. This is the guy who he went to VidCon, befriended all the anti-SJW YouTubers, right? He goes to the parties, he goes to Disney with them. I think there's some weird thing where like he stayed with someone's hotel room or he like snuck in the Disney using them as a resource. And then the next year when Quentin decides that, he wants to start appealing to, he wants to start getting it with Jenny Nicholson, and he wants to start appealing to the woke girls who he finds attractive or whatever. Okay. He wants to get into that crowd. Instead of just, maybe his opinions changed, right? And if his opinions change, that's fine. Or instead of just like trying to talk to those people, make friends with them. No. He goes out of his way to attack all the YouTubers that he was once so happy to be friends with, to virtue signal. to stab the knife in the back to all these people that were just nice to him out of the goodness of their hearts. People didn't have to be nice to Quentin when they met him, right?
No.
And this guy who's so obviously a backstabber in such a disgusting way, and he just brought it up. I think we talked about this. He just brought it up like a week or two ago for no reason, for literally no reason. He just posted a picture of, you know, Sargon and Chris Ray Gun and Sofane and everyone behind the Kekistani flag from the 2017 VidCon. For no reason, he posts this picture on Twitter and he's like, I'm so glad I didn't end up in this picture. I was so close to like almost ending up in this picture because I liked and respected all these people. But they're all awful bigots now. Okay.
Yeah.
And he brings it up for no reason, just a virtue signal, just to try to get brownie points. This guy, this backstabbing, social climbing guy, does he think that in the 1700s he's going to be the fucking lone voice against slavery? Fuck no.
You kind of got to climb the ladder if you're going to be against slavery, though. It's kind of brilliant what he did. He's like, yeah, I'm going to move up the ladder and establish some abolitionist cause.
Right, but see, that's part of what was amazing about Hamilton is that he came from very humble beginnings, which is part of why he was anti-slavery. He grew up in a town where he saw and interacted with slaves on like a personal basis.
Yeah.
Like he wasn't just some magic person who grew up, you know, and just said, I've come to the realization that slavery is wrong. No, he had personal experiences with people and climbed the social and political hierarchy into power and managed to maintain his beliefs about slavery being wrong.
That's tough to do.
It's very tough to do. Something Quentin fucking couldn't do. But no.
I brought up the picture. It's probably up. It's probably been up for 20 seconds. I don't know. I think you might be able to see a nipple in this picture. It's kind of crazy.
Not that hot, Adam. Not that hot.
What? What are you talking about?
That must be why he cheated on her. He was like, eh.
Going to bring up the black wife?
He didn't cheat on, no, that was Thomas Jefferson.
Yeah, you're right. It was Thomas.
Yeah, that wasn't Hamilton. Who I believe Jefferson and Hamilton were like rivals. So there you go.
They're all rivals.
Well, no, because it wasn't Hamilton was a Federalist and Jefferson was an anti-Federalist or a Republican, I believe.
Sure.